Hi everyone, it's Monica and welcome back to Tailor Made Cards for You. Well, as I get ready to start creating for my Halloween series, I wanted to go ahead and put together this Apothecary 3D item using some of my Idea-ology that I had in my stash. Many of you know that I am a huge Tim Holtz fan, and last weekend he released his new Idea-ology for Halloween, which is fantastic. It's going to be a lot of fun creating with some of those items. I do have them on order, so I do hope to have those when I start taping my videos. But Paula Cheney, who is with her blog One Lucky Day, created this assemblage using some of the Matchboxes that Tim Holtz has in his line. And I actually have some Matchboxes in my stash that I was able to use. So I kind of got my inspiration off of her project to create this Apothecary wall hanging. Now, before I start my series, typically what I do is I'll have a 7 days of Halloween series where I will post 7 videos in a row. But that won't start until next month because, of course, I have to tape my videos. But I wanted to give some of my subscribers an option this year. So if you go to my community in YouTube, I have a poll going on where you can indicate just if you would prefer to have the 7 days of Halloween where it's 7 videos in a row, or the second option would be I just post 1 video a week up until Halloween. And then the third option is just to post my videos as I create them. Let me know what your preference is. It makes no difference to me. But if you would like to just continue to be inspired and I'll just post them as I go along, I can do that for you as well. So just go ahead and if you could go to my community on YouTube and take the poll, that'll really give me a lot of help. So what I'm going to do for you today is just kind of walk through with you what I did on this project. And the base of this project is actually a cheese board. And I go to my local thrift shops and I find boards that are in really good condition, not too big, just small, something I could use for a wall hanging. And I found this one. And then what I do is I bring it home and then I will stain it. Now, walnut stain is going to be probably your best stain if you want the darkest stain for the wood, but you can certainly use some lighter colors as well. But I did use the walnut stain to dye this, and I actually used this from Tattered Angels, I believe, as well. So either one, if you just have any dark walnut stain, that's going to be what you're going to use to color your base. And then once you have your base colored and dried, then what I used is this Tim Holtz tissue paper. Now, you can definitely use just regular cardstock, but I like the tissue paper because of the texture of it. It's really thin, and it creates a great background. And then when I went to use my Collage medium, it was actually dried out, so I think I'm going to have to restock that. But I did use my Mod Podge, and those are similar products. It will seal it for you and give you a nice space to start working on. So once I had my tissue paper on my board, then what I did is I went ahead and I got some I used black soot with my distress crayon, and I just kind of edged it around the paper. And hopefully you can take a better look here. You can see where the black soot kind of gives it more of a grunge. But black soot, walnut stain, any of those darker crayons would have been great for this. And then once I had that all set, I went ahead and I put another layer of my Mod Podge to kind of seal it. And then I put it aside so I could start working on the matchbox. Now, the matchbox that I used is this one that I'm showing you here, and this is what I had in my stash. And I also have these in my shop, so if this is something that you're interested in, be sure to go to the shop because I have a limited variety. I actually picked these up years ago, and I had hundreds in my stash, but I've used them through the years, and I still have a bunch left. But not a supply that will never run out. I don't have a manufacturer that produces for me. It's just typically what I can find or what I use, and if I have excess. So check that out. And then I painted the box, and then I covered it. But I don't want to go into too much detail on the box because I'm going to do a tutorial for you on that. So once I covered the box, then I went ahead and I used some of my little vials here. And the vials are great because you can fill them with all sorts of things. And I filled one of my vials with a Distress Glaze from Tim Holtz. And I like it because it has color. So you can add some colorful embossing powder as well. Anything that'll kind of give it a look of having ingredients in it. And then on one of them I added my alcohol ink because I wanted it to be a little bit more textured. So I did that as well. And I really like the way that the alcohol ink coated the inside of the bottle as well. Now, the bottle vials that I had all sorts of labels to choose from, and I just ended up choosing the ones that I liked best. And then I glued them down. And then I had these old keys in my stash. So I went ahead and I added those, kind of like if, you know, the pharmacist had his keys hanging on the wall or something like that. I thought that was a good addition. So I added those, and then to finish it off, I just added some of my labels. So I have elixirs and potions on the top, and then Apothecary on the bottom. And then on the top of the box, I added the 2 more vials, and then I put the 13 cents. And I don't know if you can see here, I added a little bit more of my alcohol ink to drip down to kind of look like blood. So the project itself, it doesn't take long once you figure out what your design is going to be. But that usually is half my battle, is figuring out what I want to use. And when I am creating projects like this, my desk is just a mess. I pull everything out and I try different things just to see what I want to do. And then, of course, I had a little hook on the back to be able to hang it on the wall. I really enjoy making projects like this. I don't do them very often because, honestly, I just don't have all the supplies that you need to be able to create these really fun wall hangings. I stock up when I can, and every year I buy some of the Idea-ology that comes out, try to get it on sale so I can definitely create some of these. But they're a lot of fun, and if you have a bank account that can support buying lots of Idea-ology, these are really great to make. And they're not difficult. It just takes some time to kind of figure out how you want to place it and what you want to do. But I certainly have a lot of fun creating them, and I try to at least create one a year, and then I stock up on my Idea-ology, and then I will have stuff to make for the next year. The one that I created last year was actually inspired from Peanuts. We all know Charlie Brown, and one of the characters is Lucy, and she used to have that psychiatry booth that said 5 cents, and that was my inspiration for that one. And the base I got also, I found that at a thrift store as well, so it worked really great. So I hope that you've enjoyed my share. And like I said, don't forget to go and vote. Let me know what you think about how I should post my videos this year. If I should just do the 7 days of Halloween, or if I should just post them throughout the month or weekly. So I'd appreciate your feedback on that. And of course, I will leave links to all the products that I've used to create these, along with the links to the stores. So if you do want to, stock up on some of your Idea-ology, or even get some of these Matchboxes in my shop, you can do that as well. All right, everybody, thanks so much for stopping by, and make sure that you are subscribed so that you are notified when my Halloween videos start to post. We'll see you again next time.